Perfectionism. Is it a virtue or a vice? You know, most people tend to think of perfectionism as a negative characteristic, yet they're extremely resistant to letting go of it. My client, I'll call Jim, felt the burden and the stress of his perfectionistic tendencies. He could see that it never let him rest and was always telling him that whatever he did wasn't enough. And when it crept into his relationships, well, perfectionism definitely didn't serve him well. He was hesitant to give it up, though. He believed it drove him to do high-quality work, and Jim liked that. But what's really going on with perfectionism? Well, for Jim, the message underneath his perfectionism told him that he wasn't quite good enough as he was. He felt he needed to prove his worth by doing things, well, the absolute best he could. But when he did that, the bar of good enough was raised, and he was right back where he started, not quite perfect enough and feeling bad to boot. The crux of the matter was around Jim's sense of self-worth. He had this feeling that in order to get the love he wanted, he had to prove that he was worthy of that love. Truth be told, we all have this feeling to one degree or another. It's just part of being human. But what makes someone worthy? Is it their accomplishments or their service to others? Do they need to be a good person? If so, what does that even mean? And, well, what about babies? They don't really do anything beyond eating, sleeping, pooping. Are they worthy? Or how about the person in their 90s with dementia who not only can't remember their family members, but they can't even feed themselves? Do they have worth? Well, so far, I've not met anyone who says either of these groups are unworthy. We recognize that they're worthy simply because they are. And that's the same with all of us. We don't need to prove our worth. We're worthy just because we are. But the belief that worthiness needs to be proved, well, that keeps us on that hamster wheel of perfectionism. We can never let up on ourselves. Seeing through this lie that worthiness needs to be proven allows us to separate doing our best from the compulsion of perfectionism. Instead of the feeling that we're being chased by something, we can choose to do our best simply because we like doing good work. We're no longer a victim to the flawed premise that we need to prove our worth, and we're free to live our potential, whatever that is in this moment. You know, the great thing about all our behavioral patterns like perfectionism is that after letting them go, we get to keep the skills that they teach us. Jim still does great work even after letting go of perfectionism and all its stresses and burdens. So keep the skills. Ditch the compulsions. If you'd like to relieve yourself of the pressure perfectionism inflicts on your life, but aren't quite sure how, know that I'm here to help. You can always contact me through my website. And, well, don't forget to click subscribe below so that you're sure not to miss the next video. And if you like this video, well, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and then share it with your friends. We're all in this together. Till next time, I wish you abundance and joy.